Very cool.
I always knew I would make it to the big time when people would start recording me.
Oh, no, you don't want, no, don't go there. Anyway, so welcome everyone. Tina Campbell, New York Regional Partner, and we're here with Jay Ortiz, New York City Regional Partner. Miss Diane Cassels from our Texas North region. She does a lot of many new member trainings, so I've asked her to come up and talk to us about it and kind of put us through the paces. We tried to do that in New York. I mean, I didn't try, we did, right? Rob and I were doing that. But there are a lot of technical, with some of the issues that we've had with the technical, a power outage and stuff. So we tried. And, one of the things that I wanted to do was just kind of, so Ginny, I know you were there for the last one, and Jerry, I'm not sure if you were there or you had to send someone, but the most important thing is to get to the gist of it, because I have to tell you something that I think that the new member advisor right now, it's not anything against the other, sorry, Lisa Ferry, the president or the other, top tier of your chapters, but new member advisor, man, it's important. It's incredibly important. If we want to onboard people so that they understand and get them in faster so that they get opportunities faster and they're not kind of looking like deer in the headlights, right? When they're first starting out, and we just want to get them on as quickly as possible. We tried in the past so many different ways to onboard people. We had phone calls once a month. Renee, if you guys remember, was doing that. We had them in the mall. We had them, all different places. Like it wasn't happening. So like going back to the level was.
You're fading in and out there. I'm not sure what's going on.
That's probably me. So what I'm going to do, without further ado, I'm going to transfer this over to Miss Diane Cassel, and hopefully you won't have the problems I'm having.
Well, I've got a really loud voice, so probably not going to have that problem. I am thrilled, and I'm going to take a whole lot of time, and I'm going to dive right in because we have a lot to get through.
Hey,
and I want to make sure. Yes, ma'am.
I thought of one thing. None of these people know each other. What about a really quick, not just name and chapter? How's that?
Yeah, that's all you can do because I got about close to an hour of material. So okay. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire on just the name and the chapter that you're in, please.
Name and chapter. Go ahead, Ginny.
Hudson Valley DKI, Ginny Shelton, Wappingers chapter, new.
Thanks. Frank Bastone.
Frank Bastone, Yorktown chapter.
And vacation therapist. Beth Rowan, and then Glow.
Beth Rowan, Manhattan Midtown chapter.
Great. Coach Glow, and then.
Hi, I'm Coach Glow. I'm a New York area director.
Rick, and then Jerry.
Rick Gabrielli, runway model, LaGrange.
Jerry Terwilliger, financial advisor with Edward Jones, New Paltz.
Okay, Diane, and then Tammy.
Diane Beatty, Dallas, Texas, the Manhattan branch or chapter.
Okay, great. Tammy, and then Liz. You're muted.
Sorry. Tammy Basha-Sweinfeld of Basha-Sweinfeld Insurance Agency. I'm an independent life and health insurance agent in New City chapter.
Great. Liz, and then Carolyn.
Hi, Liz Gabor, White Plains, Friday morning, 9 o'clock.
Great. Carolyn, and then Lisa Ferry.
Carolyn was Gabriel Shadley Distributor Somers, 8 o'clock on Wednesdays.
Great. Lisa Ferry, and then Jane Storm.
Lisa Ferry, Yorktown chapter.
Okay. Jane Storm.
Jane Storm, Yorktown chapter. Great day.
Boom.
Oh, you haven't seen anything. If you two got together, I think there'd be the world.
Oh, we might get arrested.
Oh yeah. Pasquale, and then Rob, and then Aiden.
Pasquale Palumbo, Mount Pleasant chapter.
Rob.
BC Brandon Coach, Mount Pleasant chapter.
Great. Aiden, and then Jim Sandler.
Hey everybody, Aiden Hand, banker and part-time underwear model, Mayapack chapter.
Oh my goodness.
Jim, and then Larry.
Jim Sandler, area director, Team White Plains chapter.
Awesome. Larry, and then Karen.
Larry Rosenthal, intellectual property attorney, Grand Central chapter.
Okay. Karen, and then Jay.
Karen Trindell, Yorktown chapter, Anchor Payroll and Benefit Solutions.
Thanks, Karen. Jay, and then Sabrina.
Ortiz, president of the Diane Cassel Fan Club and New York City regional partner, sorry.
Thank you. Is it Fabriana?
Fibriana.
I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's all good. So Fibriana Farley from the Grand Central Manhattan chapter.
Great. And then Cation?
Casey and Gordon, Grand Central chapter.
I know, but I just said I say everybody's name wrong. Matt Chung.
Fine.
Matt Chung from the Carmel chapter, New York.
Thank you, Diane, for letting us do that. I want to make sure everybody had just a little handle on who's here.
Absolutely, because some of you guys probably joined after the COVID, so you haven't even met face to face. That's a high possibility, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So I want to ask you all to do me a favor, a little housekeeping. Mute your lines, and at the end, if we have time, depends on how fast I talk, then I don't have any background noise because I have really bad ADD. It's all about me, not about you today. So I'm going to tell you something before I dive in. That as a new member advisor, you have the most important role. You have the most important role in every single chapter. And if anybody says otherwise, they're wrong. And you can tell them to come see me. Because we're talking about retention here, family. We had a bad problem. You know, here we had good news and bad news with Master Networks. We grew really fast was the good news, and the bad news was we grew really fast. And until we came up with this new member advisor role about a year ago now, Tina, we were failing. We were failing our members because we were leaving money on the table. We were not telling people what the perks and benefits were. And that is our job. We failed. And so now we are failing forward and we're changing the way we do things. And so if you stepped up as a new member advisor, you're an area director, you stepped up to leadership and you stepped up to make a difference in people's lives. And with that, I applaud you all because this changes people's lives. And so I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to be ripping through this stuff really fast. Give me a high sign if you can see my screen. Okay. So now what you're going to do, this is where, the hub is now, we're the blind leading the blind. Tina, I know, because we're back here checking things out. Where the heck did they move that, in the hub? And I'm still getting caught calling at the back office. That's okay. But this is where you find what you need. The resources that you need for retention is right here, right? So new member advisor packet is here, right? Your briefing outline is here. So I like to say, you can print this off. You can print it off. I don't think it's that important to print off. But if you want a guideline, if you want an agenda, sure. Okay, make sure that you check everything off. Make sure you don't forget anything. But you're not going to forget anything the way I teach you today. Okay, I'm not going to let you forget anything. But if you need a guide to follow along in, by all means, print this off. Right now, this is where you go. This is it right here. Okay, new member advisor outline. This is it. This is your journey. Okay, I'm going to be ripping through this. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is write down your questions if you have any. Hopefully, I'll do a good enough job that you don't have any questions. And if you do, and we don't have time at the end of the meeting, write my cell phone number. I know that you can find it all in the hub, but I'm going to try to save you time where you don't even need to look it up. My cell phone number is 972-658-4035. Again, 972-658-4035. Okay, here we go. Let's get ready. Put your seatbelts on because this is going to be a ride. And I want it to be a ride. I want it to be memorable. So it's just sunk into your brain. I call this our GPS. You get into your car, you plug in an address and you say, okay, tell me where I'm going. And your GPS tells you where you're going so that you know the steps to get there. And when you get there, you know that you've arrived, right? Well, the same is true with your Master Networks journey. So when you sit down with a new member And I'm actually going to ask you to go back to all the members in your chapter because they haven't been through this. Doubtful that they've been through it. They're still leaving money on the table. So I think reset button, hit the reset button and pretend like it's a brand new chapter. Go back to every single chapter member and go through this with them. It is crucial right now that we help our members insulate their lives, not just their business life, not just their career, their company, but their personal growth. Well, they've got to have a place to come. And for me and for Tina, and I know a lot of you believe this, that people come to Master Networks to join Master Networks, not for networking. And you're going, well, what the heck are they there for? Well, they're there for friendships. They're there for connections, because this world is a scary place right now. And we are it. We are it. We're gonna insulate people's lives because we care. So here we go. On your journey, around the hub, around the wheel, pretend like this is a steering wheel, okay? We're gonna start and we're going to tell everyone that we are the only network company that has a revenue share program, and it's called Affiliate Rewards, right? And if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you that we paid out over $1.25 million. That's right, you heard me right, $1.25 million. Since 2012. That is absolutely incredible. So what does that mean? That means I've got another source of income. I have residual income coming in every single month. I have not paid for my networking with Master Networks from day one. And no one, if they have the right mindset when they come into Master Networks, and you're going to help create that mindset, right? You're going to take a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset. That is your job, family, to do that with every single person that you sit down with. So you're going to tell them, wow, you're going to have another revenue stream coming in, right? And people say, well, it's only $10 a month. Well, let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. How much money, simple math, Jay, simple math, I have sponsored over 50 people in Master Networks. Now, are they all still active? No, of course not. But think about the residual income. And when you meet me, when you get down here next year, and I'm very sad I didn't get to meet you this year. I'm still belly aching about it. And Chaz says, okay, just get over it. But when you meet me next year, you're going to see that where all of my affiliate rewards go is my cowboy boots. I have an incredible collection of cowboy boots. And do I need another pair? No, but it's not about need, it's about want. And so spend your money, your affiliate reward money, however you want to spend it. But the bottom line is we are the only network company that has a revenue share program. And it's not about the $10 to me, family. It's about me sharing this gift that is so priceless. I share this gift with people on my team, in my company. I share it with people that I grew up with. I share it with everybody across the country. And that's what the message that I want to give to you is that this is a priceless gift. And please go out and share it with everybody because it's made such a difference in your life, right? That's why you're still here. So now, where do we go? The next stop on our journey is face-to-face meeting. Well, you all know that the formula for success is face-to-face meetings and Master Networks. If you're not having face-to-face meetings, you are not following your commitment to your chapter and to yourself, most importantly. So face-to-face meetings are the formula for success. It's the only way that you get to know people. I mean, I'm going to use AB as an example. AB is the master at face-to-face meetings. I mean, that guy is like crazy. And I'm sure Liz is going to say, yeah, he's crazy. But he is. He is on a mission. He is in a hurry to go meet that next person that's going to make a difference in his life. He is across the country. He's a madman. Having face-to-faces with everybody. That is your mission. That is your mission. Go out and meet people. Here's the thing, family. Your job as a Master Network member, and this is to serve yourself. This is self-serving right now I'm going to talk to you about, is you must serve yourself. And your job is to make sure that everybody knows who you are and what you do, and most importantly, why you do what you do, okay? The only way that you're going to do that is face-to-face meetings. And just because you have one face-to-face meeting with Jay or Rob or whoever you have a face-to-face meeting, it's not one and done. This is not about one and done. We already know that transactions aren't sustainable, but relationships are. If you treat this as a friendship and you nurture that friendship, you know, I'm not going to call up my best girlfriend once a year and say, hey, let's go have a glass of wine. I'm going to call her whenever I feel like having a glass of wine. And that's a lot. So I'm going to be seeing her a lot, right? Treat it as a friendship. Nurture it. Nurture it. And I'm telling you what, you will have an incredible experience. You will be the person of influence. You'll be the person that people come to because you are a connector. You care about them first. You lift them up first and you share always. That is our culture. So where do you go next on your journey? Well, you better be learning how to create an intriguing soundbite. People go, well, what the heck is a soundbite? Well, some people call it an elevator pitch, an escalator pitch, whatever, but we have proprietary language at Master Networks, and it is a soundbite, right? I don't think you should have just one. I don't think you should be boring and come to your chapter meetings with the same old message. Hello, like Ferris Bueller, you know, I'm sure you've all watched it. Ferris, anyone? No, don't have just one soundbite. Create many. And if you don't know how to do that, go to your family, go to your board of directors in your chapter or your region and say, hey, I'm having problems creating an intriguing soundbite. There's actually a soundbite worksheet in the back, in the hub. Oops, you almost caught me. See, there's a soundbite worksheet back there. Tell your new members where this stuff is, okay? Help them, get together with them in a face-to-face and say, hey, let's just break this down. Let me help you create some sound bites for your library so that you're always going back and you're rotating them. So you never dull and boring. You don't ever want to be dull and boring at your chapter meetings. You want people to have fun. Where's the next stop on your journey in Master Networks? Well, how about contributing to a team? Now, this is a big one for me. This is a big one for me, and I'm going to get on my bandwagon a little bit because there are a lot of people that are shy, okay? Not everybody's crazy like me. I'm about 50% cray-cray. A lot of people are very reserved, right? They don't have an outgoing personality. I'm not asking them to change their personality, nor are you. But I'm asking them to join a team because you got to be all in. We used to have this saying in Master Networks years ago at one of our retreats. You're either all in or you're not in. So it's kind of like, you know, you go to church and you see the pew warmers, right? They come in late, they sit in the back, they talk or interact with anybody, and then they leave before the service is over. We don't want you to do that because this is not going to serve you. We want you to get all in. You got to be all in or you're not in at all. God gave you a gift. You know what it is. I know you know what it is. He wants you to go out and share it with every single person that you meet every single day. That's your job. That is your servanthood. Please use your gift. Don't ever waste that gift that he gave you because he didn't give the same gift to everybody. So join a team. And this is a great way, y'all. This is a great way when you're sitting down at a face-to-face with a brand new member, you get to know them right away. You're going to know, right? God just does that. You know, when you go through the bond method, right? Build on a common interest. You're going to know right away what they love, what makes them tick. You know, what's that thing that they do that's as easy as chewing gum and walking at the same time? What is that thing? So you don't want to voluntold them. You want to show them the chapter positions. You want to print that chapter position page out, or you want to take them to the hub and show them where it is. Where do you see yourself, Miss New Member? Because we believe at Master Networks that everybody's a leader. Even if you have not ever been a leader, or you don't think that you're a leader, you are a leader. We just haven't drawn it out of you yet. And since Master Networks really isn't a networking company, and you're saying, well, why the heck am I here? Well, we're not. We're a training development company masquerading as a network company. We're a culture. We're a family. And what happens organically is that you end up networking and making connections and building your return on investment, okay? That is what you do when you join a team. You can't be indecisive, okay? You can join more than one team, right? And this is what I tell people. They say, well, I don't want to spend a lot of time on a team, and I don't want to donate my time, and I don't have time. And that's another conversation that we could do. We could do a training on time. When people say to you, I don't have time, or we could, Tina, do something like that. Next time we could do, what are the pushbacks? You know, what are the pushbacks that you hear? And I've heard them all. I'll bet you can't give me one that I haven't heard. You know, I don't have time. I don't have time to come to my meetings. I don't have time to join a team. Well, I like to break it down and tell them and show them exactly how much time they really do have, right? But if you're indecisive and you're like my dad was one day on the dock, we were going out to fish at my grandparents'. His job was to push off, untie the boat, push off, and jump on the boat, and we were off. Well, one day my dad decided he had one foot on the dock and he had one foot in the boat, and he did not make the decision to jump one way or the other. And hysterically, I thought it was hysterical anyway, he ended up in the lake. And of course, we all laughed that we're in the boat. He didn't find it too humorous. But my point is, he hesitated. He did not make a decision. And this is the sense of urgency that I want you to impress upon your new member that you're sitting in front of. Impress upon them the sense of urgency. Like Chaz says, be in a hurry. Be in a hurry to meet the next person that's going to change your life forever, right? So where do you go on the next stop on your journey? Well, you're going to go and you're going to show them how to design a compelling showcase, right? And some people call it a sales pitch. Some people call it a lunch and learn. But again, our proprietary language is showcase at Master Networks. Well, some people have never done that. Help them. Help them. This is a training and development company. Remember, I'm always nail that down. I'm going to always go back to training and development. Teach them how to do this. Believe it or not, guess what? There's a worksheet. Imagine that. We've provided a worksheet for them to put together a compelling showcase. And it all starts out putting down ideas, you know, who you are. How did you end up selling what you're selling? And why do you sell it? What are the features and benefits, right? What are the solutions that you provide someone? And you help them put that together. And they can do many. I would say, and I think it's really important for you all to convey this to people, the very first showcase that someone does in your chapter is they don't really talk about what they do. They talk about who they are. And what I mean by that is, where do they grow up? What are their hobbies? Talk about their family. Talk about how they spend their extra time, all of that. And why do I say that? Why do I suggest that? Well, because you're not selling a product or a service. You're not. And if you think you're selling a product or service, you're wrong. You're selling yourself. And because it all goes back to relationships. People, I'm telling you something. If I was in Alaska, I'm telling you what, I could sell ice to Eskimos. I could. And I know a lot of you in here could do the same. It's not about the product or the service. It's about you. And it's about them. Make them believe in themselves, because that's why they're there. They came to us because they need to feel like they're part of something, to belong to something. Make them feel like they're the most important person in the room. Make them know that they make a difference in this world. There are a lot of people out there that are hurting right now. There are a lot of people, I'm going to get off on this just a little bit, and I'm not going to watch my time here, but I want to talk a little bit about, because people come to us because of that. They're hurting, they're scared, they're frozen in fear, they don't know what to do. And a lot of people just freeze and they do nothing. Our job is to make sure that everybody you talk to every single day feels your love. This world needs more love. please make sure that you connect with every single person. And I know you all do, or you wouldn't be here. So I'm preaching to the choir. But we have got to get that message across that spend your time in master networks. Don't binge watch Netflix movies. Please don't do that. If the next person that calls me and says, hey, are you watching that tiger movie? I'm going to scream. No, I'm not watching that stupid tiger movie, whatever the hell that is. No, I am binge watching Master Networks University. I am soaking up as much as I can right now to insulate my business. I would like you to share that with everybody you talk to. Insulate your life. Become better. Become a student. Have so many books on your desk and everywhere. And your husband goes, well, okay, how many books are you reading right now? Well, I think I got about 4 going on right now. Well, why don't you just finish 1 and move on? No, because if somebody says to me, you know, I got somebody in my chapter, one of my presidents here, A.C. Williams, and if you don't know him, you got to reach out to him. He is the bomb, by the way. A.C. Williams got a little book right here called Push, Persist Until Success Happens. That's what I'm saying. Push, do not stop pushing. Be in a hurry to learn as much as you can right now, because when the economy, you know, is not down, actually it's up if you're watching the right news. But push. Make this an urgency. Don't watch TV. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I like to watch an occasional Hallmark movie, but yeah, but I'm digressing. So here we go. So here's the showcases. Now, where's your next step? Where do you go next? What are your goals for your membership, Mr. or Miss New Member? What are your goals? And I'm not talking about your goals for your business or your marriage or your vacation or, you know, whatever it is. I'm talking about your goals for your Master Networks membership. And what do I mean by that? I'm going to give you homework as a new member. I'm going to ask you to go back to the hub. I'm going to ask you to watch the orientation video. It's your first step. Always your first step. Then what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to schedule at least 2 face-to-face meetings before your next meeting, right? And that's your goal. Then I'm going to ask you to develop a really great soundbite. And if you don't know how to do that, meet with the chapter president, meet with somebody that's been in Master Networks a long time, get them to help you create that soundbite, right? And what team are you going to join? I want you to tell me within 1 week where you see yourself, okay? And then a showcase. Putting a showcase together. I want you to start outlining a showcase for me, because the next time we meet, I want to sit down and review all this, because I want to help you succeed, okay? And then how many times are you going to go visit the hub? That's part of your homework, Mr. and Ms. New Member. Part of your homework is to get really involved in the hub and know where to find things. Know where at the tip of, you know, at your fingertips, you've got gold here. I want you to know where to find it. And you as a new member advisor or an area director or a president or whoever you are tons of resources to every single member in your region. You are the go-to person. And let me tell you what that does for you. After 8 years, I'm telling you what it did for me. People call me the master connector. Jay thinks I have a club, but I'm the master connector, okay? And I take that on as a humble role. And what that means is, and I want you to have this too, it means that people come to you because they look up to you, they respect you, they come to you because you have already portrayed that you care about them, that you're always going to be there for them. With a question, you're going to have an answer. If you don't know, you don't have to know all the answers. I'm not saying that. I don't know all the answers. But you're going to find out what the answer is if you don't know it and get back with them, right? And then attend regional events. You know, when you guys have happy hours or lunches, and I know some of you are getting back into that, go to those things. It's a golden opportunity to network with people outside of your chapter. You never know who you're going to meet, right? And when you got a regional event, you know, when Tina's able to kidnap Corey or Dave Jenks or Chaz or Gary or anybody that's willing to travel to the grand state of New York, she's going to put together a regional event. Go to those events because they're typically mastermind events, right? It's a day of training, and it's powerful. And then again, it gives you the opportunity to meet people across the region that you don't meet. You know, a lot of you are not going to go into Manhattan, right? Am I right? You're not, because you don't like it down there. I think it's fun, but hey, some people don't want to drive down there. So you're going to get the opportunity to meet other people is the bottom line. And again, I talked about social events. The people that play together stay together, family. They just do. They just do. And because it's a friendship again. Now, that's the journey. Now, what I want to talk to you about, after you go through this, after you go through all of this, then you're going to have them sign it, date it, you're going to sign it and date it, and you're going to put it in the chapter book. I don't know who, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not into all the details. You can give it to the chapter secretary and have it put in the chapter book. You can give it to the president. I don't care. You guys work that out. I want to talk about Direct Track. And I don't know how familiar you all are with Direct Track. Some are, some aren't. I'm going to tell you the goal that you have with Direct Track. And Tina remembers these days, and I sure do, because I was chapter secretary of West Plano back 8 years ago, and we had little slips of paper. So why am I telling you this? Because this is easy. The little slips of paper were not. I actually had every single member give me a little slip of paper whenever they had a face-to-face meeting. I had people give me a little slip of paper whenever they passed a referral. I had people give me a little slip of paper whenever they had return on investment. So I had all of these little slips of paper coming to me at every single meeting, and I came back to my office here and I had to log them in. I had to separate them, categorize them, and log them in to the system. This is gold right here. You have gold at your fingertips, right? You should be showing your dashboard because you should what? Be modeling who we are and what our success formulas for success is. So when you show people your own dashboard, you better be showing that you have a lot of green because that's referrals sent, right? And the blue line is referrals received. But the gold part about this is the referral system. So when you pass a referral, so say I sent Tina a referral, and I said, okay, I want you to call Jane Doe, and I want you to call her because she really needs help with staying in front of her customers on a regular basis. She needs a system that will do that for her, okay? She's losing customers. She does not have retention down because she's not taking care of customer service. So she needs to hear from you yesterday, right? I want to give Tina as much information in that referral as I possibly can so that she's prepared before she calls my friend, right? And then Tina can turn around and within that referral, if you're not familiar with that, and we can do a Direct Track training as well, but you're going to be able, Tina's going to be able to get back with me within that referral and say, Diane, thank you so much for referring her to me. We have an appointment on such and such. And then the next step is, hey, Diane, we met. She loves my program of follow-up, and she signed up as a new client. Thank you so much, right? That is the way to communicate, right? It's not this. It's not like leave a voicemail or send an email and then you're playing voicemail tag and you never connect. That's a big waste of time. This is a huge time saver right here, Direct Track is, okay? And I can't say enough about it. It just has been incredible in my life. And I know for those of you that are using it, it's incredible in your life as well. And we can always talk about Direct Track if you want to have another training on that. This is just a printout of the hub, the different pages, you know, the different tabs. So if you want to see that in a different format, there it is. Now, I want to talk about inviting, because right now that's where we are. We're in the hurry to invite mode because people are hurting. They don't know where to go to get referrals. They're not able to go out face to face anymore. Their business is dying on the vine. This is the art of invitation is just, it's incredible with Master Networks. We've already done it for you. You don't have to do it. There's a letter that you can personalize and you can email them this letter, right? You could do that. When you get together with them, the other thing that I do is, so in your Zoom meetings with a prospective new member, pull up the sphere chart. Pull up the sphere chart, show them that on your screen. Show them that this is how we grow our chapters, right? We need you, and show them where they are in the sphere. Show them that that sphere is not just put together by chance, right? That sphere is put together for them. So me and health and wellness, so if I'm a guest, why do I want to be part of this chapter? Well, because you already have a chiropractor in your chapter. You already have a yoga instructor in your chapter, right? You already have a massage therapist. We're now going to be able to share clients, right? Which means I'm a bigger person of influence for my clients that are already buying wellness products. I want to be able to give them somebody else that's going to help them in their life, which means I'm a person of influence. Show them what we have. And I don't know if you know that this is there, but it is there, right? And we already talked about this. This is a recruiting tool, family. This is a recruiting tool. It's also an incredible worksheet, right? Show them why. So say I just joined the chapter and you're sitting down with me as the new member advisor and you're saying, Diane, would all of these people in this sphere of health and beauty help you gain more clients? And I'm going to look at it and I'm going to go, well, of course it would. Of course it would. Because I could help the chiropractor. I could help the person that sells Mary Kay. I could help an esthetician, somebody that owns a salon. It goes on and on and on. I could be a resource to these people, and they could be a resource to me. That's going to make me think, wow, like Chaz says, if you're questioning if you're in the right place, let me rest assured. Let me give you the assurance that you are in exactly the right place, because this was not put together by chance. This is strategic, family, of how we grow our family, right? So that is a great recruiting tool. I love, love, love. And I actually have one printed out. I have it in my day timer. And I actually write names on this, right? I write names because if we don't have a graphic designer in our chapter, I'm on a mission to find one, right? Okay, now this is my favorite part, and I always save this for last. And we started calling this a commitment to culture back when we first started Master Networks, right? I like to call it a partnership agreement, okay? And so why do I call it a partnership agreement? Because Chaz created this so that we're partners. We don't take prisoners here. This is not a do-it-yourself club. This is not a prisoner club, the alphabet club. This is a partnership club, right? And so a partnership means that I just told you what I'm going to do for you as Master Networks, right? The face of Master Networks. I just shared with you what I'm going to give you and all of the benefits and perks that are at your fingertips, right? Now I'm going to ask you to withhold and uphold your side, right? I'm going to ask you to uphold your side of the partnership. And if you do that, we cannot fail. We will succeed in a big, huge way. I'm going to ask you to attend your chapter meetings weekly. Don't say to me, I've got a doctor's appointment. Please don't do that. Please don't. Block that time out. Hold it sacred. Just hold it sacred, just like your time with the Lord every day, every morning, your motivational time. your meditation time, whatever you call it, hold it sacred, and have a substitute. You know, I'm going to be gone the next 2 weeks on vacation. I've already lined up my substitutes for my meetings, right? And I'm going to promote just my services when I visit another chapter, right? So AB has started visiting all these chapters around the country. He's gone into that chapter and he's double checked to make sure that nobody does what he does, so that he goes in and he is respectful of everyone. And I know you all are doing that. But come ready to contribute. Again, don't be that pew warmer. Come ready to contribute, because I know that when we play the training tidbit, I know that everybody has something that resonated with them, that they want to share. They can't wait to share it, because everybody walks away with a golden nugget every single week from somebody saying something that just clicked up here, right? You don't ever want to withhold what you're thinking, because it's your job to share it with all of the people that you sit in the chapter with, because you can't ever say the wrong thing to the right person, right? And you're always going to act with integrity. You're going to be on time for your meetings. I want to talk just a minute about this, because this is a big bugaboo for me. And I know it's a big bugaboo for Tina. And so when we were in physical meetings, there's always the same people that come in late, right? Yes and yes, right? And we can't allow that. And let me tell you why. From my perspective, is when I go out and I invite people to my chapter or somebody else's chapter, and I say, oh my gosh, you do not want to miss this meeting. You don't want to miss the opportunity to be part of this chapter, because it's the most professional group of people. We act different than everybody else does. We are totally different. And this is the only way for you to market your business and grow your client database. This is it right here. And then I invite them, and a group of people comes in 10 minutes late. And then another group comes in 15 minutes late. And then you even got the idiots that come in 25 minutes late, right? And so what does that do to my credibility? That totally diminishes my credibility, as I don't know what's going on in my chapter. And I really might not even know what's going on in Master Network. So that irritates me to no end. And you can't come in late to a Zoom meeting either. It's the same thing. And when people do that, this is what my suggestion is to you, family, is to sit down with them the minute it happens, because silence is acceptance. Take on the TSA rule. If you see something, say something. Help them, because they don't know. They've been given that opportunity to be late all the time. Show them that that's not right, and tell them why it's not right. It's not right because you're showing that you're not professional. You're showing, I don't know what your intention is. What is your intention of coming up late? Well, it might not be that. You're showing me that you're not a professional. You're showing me that you don't value everybody else's time. And I would never give you a referral, because that's how you run your life. I think it's important to tell them that, and be kind, of course. Obviously, the delivery is important, but tell them that that's the message that they're relaying. And we can't have that. We cannot have that in Master Networks, okay? And referrals, passing legitimate referrals. Some people don't know how to do that. Teach them. Teach them how to do it, okay? You're always a reflection of that referral, right? Accurately report your referrals. Accurately report your face-to-face meetings, your ROI. That's part of your commitment. That's part of your partnership, is to use Direct Track. It doesn't work if it's not used. And the big reason for that, as you already know, is that if you've got a meeting and I've got a guest come in, what do I want to do? I can't wait for that chapter report. I want them to see that we're living life on the same page. I want them to see that we're in competition, right? Who was the referral leader? Who reported return on investment? I want my guests to see that they got to be in a hurry to join us and be part of this, right? And be part of the affiliate rewards program. Even if you're not on the recruiting team, it doesn't matter. We should all be on the recruiting team because we believe in this. We believe in this. This has done so much for every one of your lives. I know it has, or you wouldn't be here today taking your time. Be part of this. Go out and share this. Be part of the affiliate rewards so that we can take that 1.25 million and be over 2 million, okay? And that's something to really be proud of, right? That is what I call the partnership agreement. Now, I asked them to sign this, but before I asked them to sign it, I asked them a question. And it's not, did you understand everything? Don't ever ask that because it's easy to just say yes. I asked them, so tell me, Mr. or Miss New Member, what was it about this partnership agreement that really resonated with you? That just like hit you, like I want to be part of this? What was that? Because then it makes them think about it, right? No yes, no answers, right? And then I show them the 30-day game plan to make them understand that this can be for free right away in their first month, okay? And you already know that if you sponsor 3 people within 45 days, that you get your $200 back. Very easy, very doable. It is. It just is. I've done it. And then when you sponsor 2 more people, obviously, it's 5 people and thrive, right? You're getting $50 and your dues are no more, right? And that's just kind of a little worksheet if they want to do that. And that is it. We've even got inviting script, right? But really, and this is gold right here. I don't know if you can do any better than this script. You know, I'm calling to see if you'd like to be the person we have referrals to send to a chiropractor. Would you like that? And if they say no, this is my favorite thing. I don't want them to say no, but I kind of chuckle to all the comedians in the group. I love it when they say no. I don't have time to go to meetings. I say, well, let me ask you, who in your chiropractic world that you graduated class with or in the area, who do you know that you would recommend that might have an interest in getting referrals? And then that makes them kind of wonder, you know, the fear of missing out, FOMO or whatever the heck that is. But so that my family is all about your role as a new member advisor or an area director or a chapter president or vice president. It's all about this right here. Now, we've got about, what do we have? 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Does anybody have a question? Because I know I flew by that stuff. If you've got a question, let me know, or a comment.
This is Karen. I actually have a comment, if it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. So in the little note that says, you know, how to invite the prospects in, it speaks to getting a referral. You know, we meet weekly and exchange referrals. I mean, the reality of that is not the first thing that happens in this particular process. It's right, building relationships first. So my fear is if we go out thinking we go out stating that people are going to get referrals immediately, that could cause some concern when they don't.
We don't ever promise referrals immediately.
But I think, Karen, what you're saying, Karen, what I just put in the chat to you, responding back to that, was somebody's getting a referral. But what you're saying, you know, you're not saying to the person, because I mean, there are referrals being passed, you know, on a weekly basis. It's not saying individuals are getting, you know, like referrals, but you have to work for them.
Yes.
Right?
Then we should rewrite the script, right? That's there for us, because it basically makes it seem like we're basically saying, hey, and come on in because this is what happens and it's going to happen to you. Like it almost appears that they're going to get.
You write the script whatever works for you. That is just a suggestion. I think that everybody should do their own personal, you know, how you speak, right? Okay. Absolutely, how you speak. Jim Jim asked me, I'm just now seeing some of these. Do you believe that people who show up late not be able to give their soundbite? If so, how late can they be? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes? You know, I believe, you know, that's up to Tina. I have my own take on that. This is not my region. So I'm gonna defer to Tina on that.
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. When you know, you never know why that person is showing up late. If it's a constant you know, problem with one person, then you deal with that separately. But I don't believe in shaming them, you know, because that visitor might be that one person that somebody else needed to hear.
All right.
So I just can't, I don't like that. So you know, when people come in, again, you never know what's happening in their lives, and I think we welcome them in. That's my feeling.
You know, what I meant by that, if I didn't portray it, was people that are abusive in that.
Oh yeah, then we deal with that separately.
Yeah. This is not a one-time thing.
That's what I was referring to also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody else have a question? I'm trying to read through these. Anybody else have a question about what we talked about?
Let me see.
Mr. Rick.
First of all, thank you, Diane. Great job. Love your energy. There's a fine line between how much you can actually put on someone new when they come in. How do you gauge, you know, what to say and how much to put on a new person when they've just started out? You know, some you can give it to them day one. They're ready to go. And then some, they need a little ramp up time. How do you get a feel for what you can put on a new person when they've just arrived at this family?
I think, you know, you can sense, you know, I think most of us can sense when we're in a face-to-face, if they get that deer in the headlight look, right? I think it's important. I think it's important for them to know that it's not a one and done meeting, right? That you're there for them, that you are giving them a lot of information. So here's the thing. When you get employed by a company, where do you go your first day?
Orientation to HR.
Human resource, right? And they just pile that stuff on you. The employee book and this and that, and this is where this is where that is, this is what you're supposed to do. If you need this, you go over here. It's a lot. It's a lot. I think it's important to show them what they have and then tell them that you're there for them. That this is not just a one and done meeting. That you're there whenever they have a question, whenever they have a comment, whenever they have a concern. You're there for them to answer those questions, okay?
Well, Diane, can I interrupt? I just wanted to say, Rob, we talked a little bit about this. Can you talk about it? Rob Genovese does the new member advisor, and he's helping me put together some training. Can you talk about that?
Specifically, what part do you want me to touch on?
You know, that we don't like throw everything
Follow-up thing?
as once.
I mean, the whole follow-up thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the way I came to be a new member advisor, Diane, is when I joined Mount Pleasant, you know, Pasquale is doing a fantastic job and still does, but it was chapter forming. And when I joined, I didn't think about it. I onboard myself with everything I do. So I just went to the hub and I looked around and I collected everything I needed and found out about the affiliate rewards and everything. And I just went on my way. And when I realized that I saw people around the region joining and they weren't aware of affiliate rewards and they weren't aware of certain things. They didn't know about the hub. And I went to Tina and I said, don't we have somebody who onboards? And she said, yeah, new member advisor. I said, well, how do we get one in Mount Pleasant? She goes, you be it. So the whole idea was, I like that she said that because it concerned me, not for me, but I didn't want to see people join my home chapter. And if it wasn't officially given the title, who was in charge? And so I wanted to make sure that people who joined stuck, because I know that not everybody's like me. I was all in from day one. I onboarded myself, but the average person's not like me. And they need to be taken along saying, hey, do you realize the opportunities that you have available to you? So I would always reach out to people, when we were in person, I would talk to them and say, hey, have you, are you aware of the affiliate awards, or how are you taking advantage of it? Like, do you need help with that? And I think it's a constant follow through. And I learned that from my wife. She's great at follow through. You just never stop following through, ever.
Thank you, Rob. So we're at top of the hour, so I just want to respect everybody's time. Everyone has Diane's information, correct? Also, don't forget to save the chat. You guys, you all have put a lot of your information in there. So I think that, just take that with you. And these are the people, that, again, that I would do face-to-faces with because they're showing up. They're leaders. And New York City guys meet New York region people and vice versa. And, let's get more things together and get this, these two regions, even though they're sister regions, we need to get together more. So I hope that we can do more of that.
We got time for one more question, anybody?
Aiden.
Is there any particular cadence or schedule that we should maintain when we're onboarding these folks? Week 1, week 2, or should we jam it all into one session, maybe schedule a Zoom meeting? What's the logistics?
Well, I like to say if somebody joins 1 week, that you actually have at least one Zoom meeting with them before the following meeting. Okay? I think that that's really important because that shows that you care, right? And I think just going around the wheel, like I showed you, the GPS, just go around the wheel. And if you don't have time to get into details, because of course you're going to be doing bond and all that stuff, schedule your second face-to-face. Absolutely. Don't feel rushed. This is the thing that I want to stress here. Please don't put undue pressure on yourself. Okay? Don't do that. This isn't about an agenda. So do half of it. Aiden, if you feel more comfortable doing half of it and saying, oh, before the next meeting, we'll do the other half. That's perfectly fine. Absolutely.
I really like that new member advisors to kind of let the presidents know what's happening. Just check in with them, let them know where, if there's any questions, you can always come to me, you can come to the area directors. And this is kind of new. So, I mean, it's not new, but our training and things like that we're trying to get together is new. So, thank you so much. I just want to respect everyone's time. So say thank you to all for coming. Any questions, get with your area directors, get with Diane, myself. Just thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Tina. Thanks, everybody.
It was great to see you all. It was great to put a face, the name, and I'd love nothing more to hear from you and hear how things are going, and stay in touch, okay?
Thank you, Diane.
Thanks so much. Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great vacation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you. Bye, Tina.
Amazing how fast an hour goes. Thank you.
All right, she's
I was able to